Yeah, hello. Hello, Prashant. I think Prashant, you joined. Good evening, Prashant. Good evening. Anybody else who has joined the meeting? Is there anybody else? The DI is a less favored subject. Everybody feels good in DI. Okay. Okay. All right. No worries. All right. So I and you will continue, Prashant, as much as we could. Let's continue and we will see if anybody joins in between them. Okay. Yeah. It sometimes looks like DI is less favored subject. Quite a few of them feel not only like so many of them feel that way. Yeah, nevertheless, doesn't matter. So and but we know that from CAT perspective, it is the most tricky subject. But yeah, from the non-CAT perspective, some of them may tend to think that it is not as voluminous or exhaustive as verbal and quant. All right, that's the interpretation. Welcome, Deepak. Welcome, man. Welcome. So Deepak is here. Good. All right. Brilliant. Fine. Let's get started on this. So before we get on to this, let me quickly give Telegram. You pinged me on the Telegram. Which Telegram, Deepak? The same link what I shared in the YouTube lecture. Quickly respond, Deepak. Is it the same link? Okay. Okay. Today you pinged. Today I didn't check. Today I think I checked only in the morning. So did you ping me today? When did you ping me on the Telegram group? Deepak. Welcome, man. Kishan, welcome. Oh no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. I didn't see it since say maybe the last time I saw was around 11ish in the morning. Yeah, 11ish. After 11, I didn't see. I will see and respond. Okay. So if there is something there, I will see and respond. I didn't see after 11. Yeah. And I might not be seeing till 9 as well. So that's little held up. I'm little held up today between the lectures and few other things are going on around. So between all this, I am finding little difficulty of time. Yeah, and also I use the social media at the fixed intervals of time. I'm not over it all the time because uh, between so many other things, so I have the fixed intervals of the day when I kind of look at the social media. I don't kind of so I don't want social media to play a football with me. Some things like so that's football in the sense like an always. Yeah, your age group is different, mine is different, right? My responsibilities are different, your responsibilities are different. You guys are much chilled out, right? For me, it is a little different from that perspective. Yeah, all right. Welcome, Shreya. Welcome. Okay, yeah, Deepak, I'll respond. Nevertheless, I'll respond. Don't worry. That's my point. Yeah, nevertheless, I'll respond. That's the point. Yeah. So I'll respond maybe after 9ish in the night. Okay. Yeah. So here we go. Let's get started. So quick introduction about myself. So I'm Srinivas Belvi. I work with various test prep organizations in the past, both in management as well as educator capacities. And I developed over a period of time, didn't happen just like that. So it's like I do have a passion for teaching, no doubt, but then the mentoring skills matured and developed over a period of last 14 years. I can train students on QA, DI, and LR areas. So although I can give guidance on the quant, but then teaching, I believe, is different from knowing. Knowing and teaching are two different things. So teaching needs to have a lot of structure to it. Only then the impact will happen in the mind. We should give a structure to our thoughts. Otherwise, the teaching may be a little difficult. So we can learn, but we will easily forget as well because the impact is not there. The way we train need to have impact. That's what I kind of believe in. Great. So for going further, so this is, yeah, probably Deepak was referring to this. This is where you pinged me. So I will come back to this and I will respond. From there, if you can do a direct message, you can do that also. From there, pinging, if you get that, you can do a direct pinging as well, Deepak. All right. So let me quickly finish some of the announcements before we get on to the lecture. So Unacademy offers two kinds of subscriptions. One is the plus and the other one is the iconic. If you're looking at the structured course, more likely at the structured course, the weekly test, which test to be written after what, and so that's so on. So it's a plus course. But if you're looking at the individual attention, in the sense you need a bit of hand holding, you are getting stuck at a particular score. From there, how to unleash further, then you might have to revise your study plans a little bit. You might have to consider a little bit of a test analysis, so where it is going wrong, where you need that counseling, right? Similarly, the personal guidance. So it's more personalized. That's what we mean by the iconic program. uh, Quickly, so looking at the subscription fees, this is the subscription fees, and if you use Belvi 100, you will not get 100% discount on any of the subscription fees or whatsoever. So you would be getting about 10% discount on the subscription fees, which is listed. Of course, the iconic comes with a premium price because a lot of one-to-one is involved in it. So therefore, it comes with little bit of premium pricing, and hence still there would be a discount of 10% if you use the code, any educator code for that matter. But if you are following me and you are looking for the counseling or few other things from me as well, so I encourage that you use the code, relevant code. Okay, yeah, fair enough. So before I come back to the lecture, so I would rather quickly give you the background, what I expect you to do. The first few minutes are very, very important for our study. And I'm going to talk about one of the important logical structures called methods, one of the important methods that we kind of do in some of the questions which appear in CAD, ZAT, or IFT kind of exams, a little deeper ones, little deeper, not very deep, not very deep. Probably I will take up the very deep at a much later stage because we're still developing some skill set out here. What I expect you to do in this particular time is, just give me a sec. Yeah, just let me know if the visibility, I'm writing something, I'm not sure, I'm using a tool. Just give me a quick confirmation if you're able to see what I'm trying to write. Okay. Can you see what I'm trying to write there? Can you see, can you tell the word what I've written? Can you put it up in the chat? I wrote something annotation. Can you put it in the chat? What I annotated, can you put it in the chat? Do you see something that I've written? Okay. Kunal couldn't see anything. Okay. Okay. I will write one more. Just check whether you are able to see this. Yeah, I wrote something. Are you able to see that? What I wrote there? Okay. All right. No worries. No worries. No worries. Absolutely no worries. No problem. No problem. Yeah. So here we go. So I will use this annotation itself in that case. Yeah. So what we do is, as we, if you are following me on the YouTube, you know that the first few minutes are very important for us before I come back and update you about what is that logic that I'm trying to discuss today. The first 4 minutes or so, in the first 4 minutes, I want you to go through the set carefully. While reading through the set, there are a couple of things you've got to keep in mind. Read, while reading to a couple of things, three things you should do. Number one, of course, you need to understand and try and remember some data. So remember as well, and read some questions as well, right? Read some questions also, it's important. So understand the data and then remember the data and read some questions as well. All these three portions becomes very important for our study. Do all these three portions, and then so once you do this, after reading the questions, try and figure out how do you organize this particular data. What I meant by organize this particular data is, how do you get this start, how do you get your thinking, put your thinking hat and think that how do you get it started, how do you get that started. Very important, because a lot of people get stuck on this note itself, right? So these are the things that I want you to do in that 4 minutes time period. So here we go. I will get started with the time period. I will put the timer. Probably you may not be able to see the timer, or let me just put the poll. So there is no poll. I will just put some timer out here. Yep. Okay, here comes the set in front of you, about 4 minutes time, and go through this particular set. So here is the complete data on this page, including questions. Yeah, your time, silence time. So you take your pen, take your paper, and start working on this. Go ahead. Understand the storyline. Narrative you got to understand. Cryptic set from cat. This is a cat set. Use your pen, use your paper. If required, read the set couple of times. Read the questions also. Don't forget to read the questions. You don't have to answer any question. I've just opened the poll to time it. That's it. Don't try to answer any question. That's not required. Hmm. Well, guys, yeah. Good evening. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. So if you want just another minute, take a couple of time. Take just a minute. Take just a minute. Those who have joined in now, who has joined in between, Bhavna has joined in. Okay, Mohit has joined in. Who is Mr. Awesome? Mr. Awesome, good evening. What is your name? Vivek has joined in. All right. Yeah, just take a minute. Those who joined in, because read through it once, quickly read through it. Just read through it. Then I will tell the approach. It's one of the classical approaches. Many sets of this form come in. People forget to represent this. This helps in your games and tournaments also. The approach helps in the games and tournaments as well. Okay, simple story. All right, simple story. Unless you wanted to like put it to perspective, this does not matter. These statements does not matter. When I asked you to read, which means just read this particular set, you don't have to really go through this. You don't have to really go through this. Maybe cursory look, couple of statements here and there. You would have read it in the sense what I'm saying is you might have read a little bit here and there, one two some statement here, some statement here like this. You might have read one statement here and one statement here, thing like that, but then you wouldn't have got into the depth of it unless you decided to come back and do this arrangement. While reading also, there is some portion of it, we read it meticulously. Maybe this portion you would have read very carefully because that's where the narrative is. And then these are the statements made by these particular people. You go back and read those particular statements carefully when you decided to organize the data, right? When you decided to organize the data. The technique we use in this is called as the mirroring technique. We use a technique called as the mirroring technique. That is what we call it. Okay, different names. If you have gone through some math Olympiads or some Olympiads, there also the logic comes from class 2, class 3 onwards. Very structured way you learn logic. I think that is the only way in the Indian education system if somebody can learn the logic, right? So otherwise, none of the schools teach the logic. I'm not sure. Is there anybody here where in the schools there was a logic as a subject? I understand math as a subject, understand English as a subject, sciences, social studies, all of it. I don't know. I don't know. As far as I do understand, logic as a subject does not come. Anyone? Anyone? There may be some schools. I'm not sure. I just therefore I want to understand from you. Is there anything like logic as a subject? They'll structurally put help you to understand the logic, the structures, the patterns, which means there is a subject, there is a course, there is a pass and fail, and you kind of go through it in the school curriculum. Is there something like that? Whoever is there here, can you quickly put it in the chat if it was there in your curriculum, something like that? Anybody? Okay. Hmm. Okay. Not 11th. What you study in 11th, no. Then probably already the only way still to learn is the math Olympiads, right? Maybe science Olympiad also, I'm not sure. Math Olympiad for sure. Those are math Olympiad generally start from class 1, if I'm not wrong. Class 1 to class 10, the students write math Olympiad. Beyond that, also they write junior Olympiad, senior Olympiads, all that. But in the math Olympiad, there is always about, say, 20% weightage to logic. So there the chapters will get divided. So of course, your blood relationships, direction sense, everything, patterns onwards. There are so many things people learn from class 1 onwards. Right? Their logical ability would be better, right? Because right from their childhood date, formative years, class 6 onwards, if somebody is drilled the logic, class 6, I don't know, which means 6 years to 16 years, if every time, at least during those Olympiads, 2 months or 3 months, if they're studying the logic, that's a nice, that's in my mind. In my mind, some structures could have been already developed, the ways of thinking, different ways of thinking could have been developed. Otherwise, people do Mensa puzzles, etc., etc. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we have to prepare for CAT no matter what. So that background will help. So in the sense, if you have some juniors, some small kids in your neighborhood, and you want them to do well, logic is one of the topics. So you can always tell them that, hey, write Olympiads, guys, or do some Mensa puzzles. You can always encourage them to do it. Fair enough. Let's come back to this discussion. Let's see this. What is the mirroring technique? It looks like this. It looks like this. Okay, what is the, okay, before that, let me quickly read the passage, because a part of the passage I removed here. A part of this particular passage I removed it here. I will tell you which part I removed it. This particular portion, the first portion of the passage I removed. Let's read it, because that gives the governing principles. What is this? There are three types of crimes happened in that particular region: burglary, robbery, and vehicle theft. And the police in that particular area are suspecting 6 people because of their notorious nature, whatever. That's Naveen, Raman, Albert, Baron, and then Faisal Ali. Now, these are the 6 people, those who have been brought for interrogation. And the commissioner is damn sure about it. During the interrogation, each of the 6 suspects made 3 statements. Okay, here, the commissioner, the commissioner of the police knew that each crime was committed by exactly 2 of the arrested suspects. Done. So they arrested these 6 people. Now they know that it is done by 2 of them, which means they were partners. Partners in the crime. There were 2 of them who was involved in each of these particular crime. Burglary, 2 of them were involved. Robbery, 2 of them were involved. Vehicle theft, 2 of them were involved. That's what he's trying to say out of these 6. Fair enough. Okay. And then he's also said that, hey, during the interrogation, each of the 6 suspects made 3 statements. So they went on to make 3 statements, important, of which commissioner, by his experience, know that, which means he has dealt with the same folks many times. If by his experience, he knows that the first two are false. The first 2 statements that come out of their mouth are false. And the last was always true. Anybody making 3 statements, the first 2 are false, which means when Naveen made a statement that I was with Raman, this is false. Hanif was with me is false. What is true? I know nothing about the vehicle theft is true. That portion is true. Fair enough. That is all the understanding. Okay, we understood this particular premise. What are the things we need to remember? 2 people were involved in each of these particular crimes, and each one of them made 3 statements. Out of 3 statements, the first 2 statements are false, and the following statement, last statement, is going to be true. Right, last statement is going to be true. Fair enough. That's all the information. Now, how do I represent this information? I read these 6 statements, then the problem comes is, how do I put this statement? How do I present this particular statement before I get on to this particular, before I get on to answer these questions? Now, look at this. I will tell you. What is this mirroring technique? I will tell you. Okay, mirroring, I will tell you. Number one, firstly, Naveen cannot partner with Naveen. I'm identifying Naveen's partner. In this, what I'm trying to do here, what is this grid, man? There are partners, right? There are partners. I'm trying to identify Naveen's partner. Naveen cannot partner with himself. Similarly, R cannot partner with R. All right, now, so Raman cannot partner with Raman. Albert cannot partner with himself. Similarly, Baron, Faisal, and this, which means I'm trying to say that Hanif cannot partner with himself. There should be some other partner to this particular person called Hanif. That's the whole idea we are trying to say. Fair enough. We kind of understood this representation. Now listen to this very carefully. What is this mirroring I'm talking about? Let's go to first statement. Let's go to first statement. I was with Raman. I was with Raman means Hanif. Naveen was not with Raman, because the first statement is false. I was with Raman, guaranteed. Naveen was not with Raman. Crossed. Naveen was not with Raman. Mirror it along this line, which means this has to be a cross. mirror it along this particular line, cross, which means if Naveen was not with Raman, if Naveen was not with Raman, then Raman was not with Naveen. It is as simple as that. Both of them will not be together. Right? It's the same thing. Therefore, that's called as the mirroring technique. You may say that why mirror like this? It's the easiest way to represent the data. A lot of people do not know about it. They don't understand this mirroring technique. It's one of the easiest ways. Some of the games and tournament where goals are involved, if you use the mirroring technique without much pressure on your mind, you'll be able to resolve those particular issues. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Okay, let's go to second statement. Hanif was with me. He's saying, Naveen is saying that Hanif was with me, which means Hanif was also not with Naveen. Okay, mirroring technique. Where is that mirroring technique comes here? Which means Hanif was not with Naveen as well. In that particular case, we got to tell that Hanif was not with Naveen as well. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Hanif was not with Naveen as well. This is the cross. All right, now what I get there, that is also nothing but the cross that I'm going to get. Just a moment. Back to pen. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So Hanif was also not with them. I will tell you quickly. Let me explain the mirroring technique for you. If you write a cross here, listen to me. If you write a cross here, mirror means here, this is the mirror itself. This is a cross. That is what the mirror means. In the sense, Naveen was not with Faisal. It also implies that Naveen was not with Faisal. Let's say mirroring technique, Naveen was not with Faisal. Then Faisal was also not with Naveen. Here, this is the mirror. Faisal was also not with Naveen. Let me tell you another one quickly here, just to tell you the perspective on this. So if I say that, if you say that Albert was not with Albert was not with Albert was not with B, the person B. What is B? Baron. Albert was not with Baron. Mirroring technique. Then Baron was not with Albert. Here, Baron was not with Albert. If you say that Albert was not with Baron. Mirroring means what? If you put a cross somewhere, there is a cross on the other side of it. If you put a tick somewhere, there will be a tick on the other side of it. Let me erase this data completely. Let me tell you how the mirror works. All right, where is that mirroring line? This red line that you are seeing is called a mirroring line. The red line that you are seeing in between is called as the mirroring line. So where is that mirror? If I say that this is the cross, then this is also cross. Okay, why this is the cross? If R is not partnered with A, then A is also not partnered with R. Both are same. Therefore, if R is not a partner of A, if you put a cross here along the red line, put the mirror. Red line acts like a mirror. Put the mirror on the other side. Then this also becomes solid. Therefore, A is not partnered with R, because we are trying to find the partners here. What is that we are trying to find? We are trying to find the partners. For example, let me tell another one. If I say that, okay, Albert is not partnered with Hanif. Let's say if Albert is not partnered with Hanif, you're trying to say, then Hanif is also not partnered with Albert. This is the mirror. So this is going like this. This is the mirrored line. Or simply put, if Albert is not partnered with Hanif, then Hanif is also not partnered with Albert. So that is the technique we are talking about. Okay, the word mirror is clear now. The mirror is clear on this grid. First, tell me the understanding that mirror is clear. Everybody clear with the mirror? Is the mirroring clear? What I meant by if there is a cross, there will be a cross. If there is a tick, there will be a tick. Is this mirror clear? Everybody give a quick confirmation. Prashant is clear. Yash is Prashant. Kishan is clear. Awesome. What's your name? Yeah. Ali, you are clear. Okay. What's the name of Awesome? You logged in as Awesome. Doesn't matter. You can always let me know your name. Okay. Mohit, you also joined. Mohit is also clear. Very good. Sohan, all right, good, perfect, makes sense. Okay, similarly, tick also goes in the similar fashion. Listen to me. All right, tick also goes in the similar fashion. If I say that, if I just an example, this is an example. I'm not saying I've not read anything there. So I'm saying that if Albert is partnered with Faisal, mirror it, then Faisal is also partnered with Albert. All right, and what I'm trying to say, if Albert is partnered with Faisal, which simply implies that Faisal is also partnered with Albert. Cross with a cross and tick with a tick. All right, that is how it goes. All right, now let's go to the statements now. Let us put it to the perspective. Beautiful puzzle. Beautiful puzzle. You will understand this now. How soon, all at the moment somebody knew the mirroring, how it would have helped. Which means after reading this puzzle, if you don't know the mirroring technique on this, trust me, this is going to really bother you. Right, but if somebody knew the mirroring, see, that's another thing. After knowing also, some people don't know that I should apply the mirroring technique. That comes by a little bit of practice. I'm orienting you. First of all, you should understand there is a technique called as the mirroring technique. From the mirroring technique, what all types of puzzles can be solved, that's a different issue. All right, that's another issue that we will see it at a later stage. That we will see. Firstly, Naveen cannot be partnered with Naveen. R cannot be partnered with R, A cannot be partnered with A, B cannot be partnered with B, F cannot be partnered with F, H cannot be partnered with H. All right, yeah. So all of this, right? All of this to start with. Okay, so that's one side of the story. Second side of the story. Let me do the full screen if it is possible. This might give a little better look. Yeah. Okay. Second side of the story. Now let me go to the statements. Now let us also identify at the same time. Listen to me. Naveen would be either or Naveen. What are the three types of that? Either he has done a burglary. All right, three things he would have done. Either he would have done the burglary, or he would have done the robbery. All right, or he would have done the robbery, or he would have done the vehicle theft. Vehicle theft, I'm writing as a theft. He one of the three things he would have done. So similarly, Raman also would have done the burglary or the robbery or theft. For all three of them, this is true. That's another thing I need to identify. And both of them are going together in this particular puzzle. I will come to this. I will come to this. Burglary, robbery, and theft. Theft is what? Vehicle theft. Let me now come to first statement of Naveen. So I was with Raman. False. First statement is false because we know that the first two statements are always false and the third one is the correct statement. Okay. Naveen says that I was with Raman. Naveen was not with Raman. So Raman was not with Naveen. Mirroring. Quickly do the mirroring. Hanif was with me. So Naveen says that Hanif was with me, which also implies that Hanif was with me means Hanif was not with not with Naveen. Therefore, here also I will come back and put the cross. Fair enough. Third point. Listen to me. I know nothing about the vehicle theft. This is true. The third statement is true. I know nothing about the vehicle theft is true. Therefore, I will put a cross. He is not a vehicle thief. That much is clear because the third statement is always going to be true. Fair enough. Now I completed the Naveen's part of information. Allow me to do one more. You will be able to catch up what I'm trying to say. Now let me go to Raman. What Raman is trying to say, I was with Hanif, which means Raman was not with Hanif. All right. I will come here. Raman was not with Hanif. Then Hanif was also not with Raman. Mirroring technique. Mirroring. If you put a cross here, you can also safely put a cross here. Hey, why we are doing this? I will come to it. You will understand by the time I finish. You will understand the beauty of this whole stuff. What I'm talking here. Okay. Yeah. Hanif. Now next one. Albert was with me, which means Albert was not with Raman. All right. So Albert here. Albert was not with Raman. Then Raman was also not with Albert. So mirroring technique. Fair enough. Third one. I know nothing about robbery. Fair enough. All right. This guy has no idea about robbery. I'm saying that Raman because third statement is always true. So I put that to perspective. Third statement is true. Now let me go to the another statement. Let me go to Albert's statement. Albert is saying, I was with Naveen, which means Albert was not with Naveen. Albert was not with Naveen, which means Naveen was also not with Albert. All right, that is the mirroring technique. Fair enough. Next one. Faisal was with me, which means Faisal was also not with him. Albert and Faisal, they were not the partners in the crime. So therefore, I will also say that Faisal was not with Albert. Mirroring technique. Fair enough. Last one. I know nothing about the vehicle theft. Fair enough. This guy also nothing. Albert also knows nothing about the theft. Theft is nothing but vehicle theft. Instead of vehicle theft, I put it as the theft. Coming to the Baron. Let's go to Baron now. Let's go to Baron. What Baron is saying, I was with Naveen. So Baron. Guys, are you understanding what I'm trying to do? Hello, everybody. Are you understanding what I'm trying to do? Are you understanding? Did you get this? Okay. You understood? Okay. Now, if you understood this, half of the puzzle is over. Right? If you understood so far, so mirroring as a technique, if you understood, half of the puzzle is over. I will extend 3 minutes of your time. Will you complete this grid? 3 minutes of your time. Take your pen and a book. Put them so far. Wherever I put the crosses and the ticks, put it so far. Put it so far. Poll later. It's not over at Ali. Poll later. Put it so far. Take 3 minutes. Now let me challenge you. I always do that, right? I will take you halfway through. I will leave you there. All right, in the swimming pool, I will leave midway. I taught you till the midway. I'll say that you travel the remaining midway. Finish this puzzle. I will give 3 minutes. I will give 3 minutes. Complete this statements I did. 3 statements I did. Put the remaining 3 statements. Put the remaining three statements. Three statements we completed. Put the remaining three statements. Yeah, Ali, if you have done it, you can simply put the answers there. Because there are 4 questions. You can simply put the answers, no worries. Yeah. Yeah, others complete it. You are in the middle of the swimming pool. Complete this puzzle and identify who is a thief, who is a robber, and who is a burglar. Identify them. Who is who? Identify them. You can identify those characters. Okay. I'm just putting the timer for your reference. All of you complete this. Don't answer the poll. I just put the timer for your reference. There is no true false here. I just put the true false there from the timer's perspective. You can just put the answers there. A, B, C, D are there. So you can put for the first question, you can put what is the response. For the second, you can put the response and so on. Go ahead, complete the framework. I gave the framework, quickly finish the framework. Last minute, finish it. Okay, good. Good. Ali has put some answers. Very good. Very good. That's right, Ali. Your answers are right. Mohit, your answers. One of them is right. The other one, somewhere you messed it up. Good. Very good. What about others? Anybody wants to put the answers there to any of the questions that you did? You could figure out. Okay. Why guess? You should be able to complete it. Should be able to complete it. Any which ways. All right. Let's continue. Let's come to Baron. Let's complete. At least all of you, I think. Okay, Mohit, why? Why you are sitting without notebook? How you will do the puzzles? Okay. Mm, mm. Put your timings right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. Baron is saying that I was with Naveen. Baron is saying Baron was with. Okay. Third step. Baron is saying that I was with Naveen, which means Baron was not with Naveen. Let me quickly complete this. Albert was with me, so therefore Albert was also not with me. Baron and Albert were not together. Put them, mirror those ideas there, mirror those ideas. Fair enough. So far we reached this. So which simply implies that if you go to Naveen now, Naveen's perspective, look at that. Naveen can be partnered only with Faisal. Naveen can be partnered only with Faisal in that case. Therefore, all right, this becomes a tick there. That is another part. All right, that is another part. Naveen can be partnered with Faisal, and Faisal can be partnered with Naveen. This also implies what? If Faisal is partnered with Naveen, then the Faisal cannot be partnered with anybody else. If Faisal is partnered with Naveen, think about it. If Faisal is partnered with Naveen, then Faisal cannot be partnered with anybody else. Simple logic. Therefore, go to Faisal and put those ticks and crosses and complete this puzzle. By now you will understand that, okay, now if you put this all it ticks and crosses, now R, now look at the R's perspective, Raman's perspective. There is only one box which is left. Raman has to be partnered with B. All right, there is no choice in the matter. Therefore B is also partnered with Raman, which implies that the other one is a cross. Other one is a cross. Mirror it, it becomes a cross. There comes the last one. Therefore you understand that Hanif is partnered with Albert, or Albert is partnered with Hanif. We know the partners from this chart. We kind of know the partners from here. Fair enough. All right, now from here we will also now, okay, we did only one portion of it after we did this, so we kind of completed it. Let's go to the second portion, truth portion. I know nothing about the burglary. Baron is saying that I know nothing about burglary. Let's go there. He knows nothing about burglary. Next one, Faisal is saying that I know nothing about robbery. Faisal is saying I know nothing about robbery. And Hanif is saying that I know nothing about burglary. Hanif is saying I know nothing about burglary. Fair enough. All right, this is what we are kind of trying to identify. Now identify the partners, put the partners in perspective, and then look what can be common between them. Hey, who are the partners here? Three partners. Let's write the partners. So N is partnered with F. N and F are partnered. So we understand that. I will write it here on the top. Somewhere on the top, I will write it. I will erase and quickly put it on the top. So now we have to understand who has done what crime. N and R are the partners. Sorry, N and F are the partners, NF are the partners. Yeah, what is the crime that they have done? Go to N here, go to N and go to F and take a look at them. So now between N and F, only one trade is common, that is burglary. Burglary is the only trade that is common between N and F, because F cannot do robbery. All right, and N cannot do the theft. Therefore, what is common between them? Burglary is common between. If burglary is common between them, others cannot do the burglary, which implies that others cannot do the burglary. That's very clear because you already found out that who are the burglars. So if you already found out who are the burglars, then naturally the others cannot be burglars. Fair enough. So therefore that has been kind of removed. Let's come to the second preposition. Who are the other two partners? Now you know that Raman is partnered with Raman. All right, Raman is partnered with B. R and B are the partners. Raman is partnered with B. Now let's go to Raman and B here. Here there is a Raman and there is a B. Look at them. What profession can be common between them? Between Raman and Baron, T can be common because Raman is not involved in robbery. Therefore, theft is what common between them. Theft is what is common between them. There comes the last pair. Therefore, Albert and Faisal. The common between them, therefore, is nothing but robbery. Done. All questions come directly from here. I don't think there should be any problem or it getting to the answers. So all of you can quickly put the answers out here. Put the answers, especially the fourth question. What is the answer to the fourth question? Put the answer to the fourth question, all of you. Quick. Put the answer to the fourth question. Quick. What is the answer to the fourth question? Why don't you put just the fourth question? You put it rest or all direct. Just what is the answer to the fourth question? Who among the following was not involved in robbery or burglary? The data is right in front of you here. The data is right in front of you. Read the data and put the answer there. Who among the following was not involved in robbery or burglary? No robbery, no burglary. Who was that? Who was that? Absolutely. All right. Now it should be either Baron or it should be Raman. right? Baran is there, Raman is not there, therefore your answer becomes Baran. Fair enough. Very good. Very good. All right. Yeah, that comes to the closure of this particular set. So what did we discuss? We understood what is the technique of mirroring. If you say that, okay, what can I title this? This is one of the important techniques. The mirroring is one of the important logic. After reading this question, anybody understand that I can just take the mirroring technique out here? You will be able to resolve it in no time. Call it the mirroring technique. If that is something all right, that quickly takes your mind, could have been much more easier. And where one other instance where this is widely used is the games and tournament where the goals are involved. Not only goals are involved in many other areas. Technically, in the goals and where in the games and tournaments, this is one of the important techniques. If you use this, you'll get the answer faster. Plus, it adds less pressure on it. All right, it also adds less pressure. All confirmed that you understood the mirroring technique. Clear? Those who participated from the beginning, at least, you are clear with the mirroring technique. You understood this. Understood the mirroring technique. You learned the mirroring technique. Okay, Prashant is clear. Kishan is good. All right, Kunal, fair enough. Nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Good, Ali, very good. Yeah, you did pretty fast also. Once you understood the technique, you kind of capitalized it pretty fast. Yeah, Mohit couldn't do that because he's in the gym. Okay, because you are thinking that class is at 10 o'clock, is it, Mohit? There is a class at 8 o'clock as well. Okay, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Good guys, nice performance, good enough, pretty good performance. Okay, coming to the further announcements. Yeah, from further announcements. Yes, it's on the app only, Mohit. Tonight, again, we have a lecture at 8 p.m. in which we will be talking about allegation mixture. Allegation mixture part one, part two, we already did on the YouTube. This is removal and replacement. I will be starting from the basic and finishing the entire range of removal and replacement within this particular lecture. There are three types there: type 1, type 2, type 3. We will take a look at all three types at 8 o'clock. That's what we kind of do. That's what we kind of do at 8 in the evening. 8 in the evening, maybe just about an hour from now. If you have liked it, I'll let now put that feedback. I'll let now do the feedback. Don't hesitate. You like something, use that in the feedback and mark it as like, share it with others, share the link with others, whatever, at least fill the feedback. You like something, you understood the technique, you understood the power of the technique, how it helps you, ensure that you kind of already know, like the already you kind of express that particular thought. It's not that I do it later kind of. Just do it, take a minute and finish that deal. So here we go, closure announcements on today, 25th. There are 3 batch launches on the Plus platform. One for CAT 22, CAT 22, CAT 21, CAT 22, and MHCT 21. If you are looking for the structured program, this is what you are kind of looking at. Some of the finest educators are taking these structured programs out there. So you can also take a look at those particular courses. Right, the iconic program, mentorship, one-to-one live mentorship is available. So you can subscribe, and along with the mentors, some of the CAT 20 toppers, those who got into top-notch IIMs, they will also be there to speak to you, to mentor you, to guide you one-to-one based on your requirements. Maybe all they will spend time with you to understand your SWOT and then guide you from there. So that's what we mean by one-to-one. If you're looking at CAT 22 or 23 especially, you can go for longer subscriptions, 12 months and 24-month subscription. There is a limited edition offer which comes with 3 months extension on the 12 months. Yes, solid. This big surprise awaits you. That is this weekend we have Mega Combat. Mega Combat is nothing but taking the test. You take the test, and if you perform well, for the 250 participants, there are a lot of goodies in the form of vouchers or be in the form of the wristwatches or the gadgets, various other gadgets, and also the cash prizes are available. Therefore, enroll for it. Enroll for it. If you are enrolling, if they ask for a code, you can use my code to unlock. That is Belvi 100. Use it and then take this particular test this weekend. Or this could be nice to win some of these prizes. 250 is a nice number. 250 of you get some prizes. Good number. So that brings me to the end of the lecture. And if you are in the college, you can be campus ambassador. You can enroll for the role of campus ambassador. You will definitely understand while you are trying to enroll. You will get to know what are those particular roles. A couple of things. Yes, already you get some incentives based on your how you are looking at that particular role, and you also get the certificate from Unacademy. Also, a lot of goodies and gadgets available. Great, all that brings to the end of the lecture. I hope all of you understood that mirroring technique. If not, Please go back and do it from the beginning of the lecture. And if in case you are going to the beginning of the lecture, what I suggest is pause it for some time and try to solve it on your own with the hint that I gave as a mirroring technique, and then try to complete it, check the answers. That provision you will have if you are doing it kind of post the lecture. Right, that brings to the close of this. I will see you at 8 p.m. Bye till then. Stay blessed. Yeah. All right. Bye, Christian. Bye, Prashant. Yep. Yep. See you at 8. See you at 8. See you at 8.